Happy Monday, everybody. Kenny Lamons here with Medicare Millennials, the YouTube channel for Medicare agents. Today, I want to run over with you guys my top 3 books in order that I think are best for insurance agents, salespeople in general, and really specifically Medicare and final expense agents. So this is recorded as of March 2021. I reserve the right to change my mind, add to this list, rearrange this list. But as of today, if I could give you advice on what 3 books we're going to make an impact day one in your business as a Medicare agent, here's the 3 books and here's why. Okay, so I'm going to start with number 3. This one is more of a mindset book. A lot of you have heard of it, and a lot of you may actually reject this one because it's by Grant Cardone. I used to be the same way, but guess what? Some of his content is really, really valuable, specifically the 10X rule. So number 3 on my list for books for insurance producers and Medicare agents is the 10X rule. So why? Well, for one, it's not really a technical book. It's not going to technically teach you a whole lot, really even about sales, or much less about selling insurance. But what it is going to do is it's going to teach you the mindset behind a big time producer in any line of sales or business. Okay, so he talks a lot about something we talk a lot about, which is massive activity. The one thing that you can control is being effective and efficient on as big of a scale as you can and scaling that up. So the way that Grant kind of explains this in this book will really help you understand the mindset you need to be successful as a Medicare agent or any type of insurance producer. He also talks a lot about setting massive goals, okay? And I think that I fell short of that a lot in my career until recently, realizing what was possible, how many, let's say, policies that I could sell in a year, or where I wanted my business to go. If you don't have massive goals, then sometimes that stops you from taking the massive action you need to be successful in this business. And then finally, he talks a lot about why the mindset behind why you don't want to be stuck in the middle. You don't want to be stuck in the middle class. You don't want to be stuck as average. And it was really enlightening for me. I had never thought of it that way, and I think it would be great for any new or existing Medicare agent out there. All right, on to number 2. This is a much more technical book. It is The Art of Closing the Sale by Brian Tracy. It's an older book. By the way, 10X Rule, I listened to the audiobook. The Art of Closing the Sale, I listened to the audiobook. And the authors both, if you get them on Audible, the authors actually read the book to you, and I'm okay with that for both of these books. Art of Closing the Sale is a really popular book among salespeople for a reason, and it's because it's super technical. They actually are going to go over the most popular closes, the tried and true proven closing techniques that have been used by lots of successful salespeople in and out of the insurance business. He does a really good job of giving you examples of how you can apply those closing techniques. And so this is a super technical, awesome book to help you become a great closer early on in your career. And I also think it's one of those books you can listen to like 10 times. If you listen to it twice a year, you're gonna kind of become more and more familiar with these closing techniques and get better at them. And you're gonna think, oh man, early on I would have never used XYZ closing technique. Now I could definitely see myself implementing that in my business and closing more deals. And then he also, on top of it being technical, he does a lot of mindset training of being a good closer. So really, what is the mindset behind being a top closer in business? So that's The Art of Closing the Sale by Brian Tracy. And then I'll list these in the description below. So number 1 for me, guys, I actually read this book for the first time recently. It's a fairly new book, is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, this one I do not recommend that you put on audio. I recommend that you actually buy this book or borrow it or go get it from the library and take notes. So again, it does have a lot to do with mindset. It is a cerebral book, but it also is very technical and practical. You're going to be able to walk away after reading 1 chapter of this book and start applying these principles into your business from day one. So most habit books to me are super fluffy, and they kind of make me feel good, or really they make me feel bad because I walk away thinking my habits suck and I don't do it as well as they do. Atomic Habits is not going to be the same way. It's really going to break down what truly psychologically what are the components of a habit, and how can you practically add good habits, adjust your good habits to make them even better, and remove bad habits. Okay, so this is just head and shoulders been my favorite book I've read in a long time for me to apply in my business. Again, please get the actual book, annotate in it, take notes. You're going to walk away with practical things to do immediately after finishing it. It also makes a great gift because it's not just for salespeople. It applies to anyone at any point in their life. So my wife is on right in the middle of a really big fitness journey. She actually read this book before I did. And when she told me about it, I was like, man, that sounds like it's going to apply perfectly for me. And it did. And then I just gifted that same book to my brother-in-law. It's just one of those books that a lot of different types of people can enjoy, but insurance producers specifically. And also, man, it helped me change. I can name 4 or 5 habits that it helped me change overnight. So those are my top 3 books. I hope that if you've read any of those books and you agree or disagree with me, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion. If you haven't, let me know how you like them and share your favorite books because I'm always looking for books to add to my list. Have a good day.